this tutorial we are going to create PHP calculator. We are going to use Isset function together with HTML forms. So to get started, we are going to create our folder which is inside htdocs. So we'll give it a name of PHP cal. This is the folder we are going to use in our program. So I will now right click on it. I'll click in open with VS Code. Alright, so this folder is open. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create an index file. So index.php, hit enter. Alright, that's all. So the next thing to do is we're now going to make everything inside our HTML. So put HTML. Alright, so everything goes inside our HTML body. So we need to create a form from the beginning. So we now put the form inside a div. This is the opening tag of the div, then this is the closing tag of the div. Alright, so after this now we are going to create a heading. So say HT, then we'll call it PHP simple calculator. Alright, this is the heading. Let me save the program and make sure that this is working properly on our browser. So this is our PHP. This is our browser. So put the name of our folder, which is PHP cal. Alright, so this is the heading. Now we'll continue with creating the form. So method is equals to first. Alright, so now we have created a form with only methods. We don't have anything like action or other things because we are not going to connect to database. So the next thing to do is we are now going to put the input. So you can say enter value 1. So this is, we are now going to put the input type is equals to text, then the name of the input we can call it string 1, then we'll close it. Now we are going to break it, that is to break the line. Alright, so now we can copy this and paste it below this. This is enter value 2, then the name of this is going to be string 2. Alright, so let's save it and check it out on our browser. Alright, now we have 2 inputs. Okay, so the next thing to do is we're now going to create the button that when user click, is now going to perform the action for us. Is going to, so we are now going to call it input type is equals to submit because it's a button. Then the value on that button, that is the text on the button, we can call it calculate. Then the name of it, which is the name we are going to use on the Isset, is going to be submit. Now we can close it like this. So we are now going to break the line like 2, therefore we can have more space before the next element. I can say save it, then we'll go and test the program. Alright, so now we have our buttons ready. Alright, so the next thing now to do is we are now going to start our PHP code. Okay, so when we start the PHP code, the first thing we are going to do now, we are going to apply the Isset function. So we'll say if Isset, now put $_ first, put angle bracket, then we will now specify what first, submit. If it says submit, alright, so open curly brace and close. That is, if we submit this, you can see input type submit, so the name is submit. This is the name. So if you submit it, let the action which is going to be written, the code is going to be written inside this curly brace. That is what is going to happen. So next thing to do, we need to create variables that will hold the we are going to create a variables that will now allow us to do all our mathematical operations. So we'll start with the first variable, which is add. We can say okay, $_ first. You can say string. That is when we place an information inside the string 1. So if we click on this after we put the information into it, this is what is going to happen. Alright, so we can say plus, then $_ first, then this is going to be string 2. Alright, so we now put semicolon at the end. So that is to say, this add variable we created, it is now, the value of it is going to be whatever we placed and post inside this input statement plus whatever we place inside this second input statement. This is the addition sign at the middle, so we can place it like this. Alright, so the next thing to do is, since we are going to have addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, so we are now going to have 4 variables for that. So I'll click on this now to paste them 4 times. So this will be we can say minus, then this will be we can call it multiply, then this will be divide, that is to divide it. Alright, so we are now, the only thing we are going to change from here is the mathematical operators. We can put minus on this, then here we'll change it to multiply, that is star, then we can put divide. So now we have created the variables that will hold all the mathematical operations. So the last thing we are going to do on this is we are now going to print them out. So for you to print them out, we use echo function. Then we can say the addition, that is starting from the addition, is equals to, so we'll now put a concatenation. Now we'll place this our variable created, that is add, because we already make the calculation at there. So we'll now put it, then we'll put dot again, therefore we can be able to separate the line. So we can now put br. Alright, so after we do this now, we can put something like this, that is the semicolon to end the statement. So you can still copy this into 4 places. Alright, so this is going to be the subtraction, then this is going to be multiplication, that is multiplication, then this is going to be division. Alright, so now we are going to change the variables. This is going to be minus, then this is going to be multiply. We'll do for the remaining one, which is divide. This is going to be divide. Alright, so now make sure on you change this division to this, that is, this variable should be something that is going to be printed on this statement, that is the division, this variable. So after that we test it out. We now go to our program. We'll put something like okay, let's just run it again. Okay, so we can put something like 20,000. Then here we can put something like 1,000. Alright, so click on calculate. You can see how we have the addition, we have subtraction, multiplication, and division. So this is all coming out from these statements. Alright, so the next thing to do now is we are now going to apply CSS to our program. Therefore, this form with the output is going to look vital. Alright, so let's get to it. So I already have CSS block. So the next thing to do, we are now going to start with the input statement. So we can say input type is equals to text. Alright, so have width %, then the padding should be 12 pixel, 20 pixel, then margin should be 8 pixel, then 0. Then we have display which is going to be a line block. Then we have border, which is going to be 1 pixel solid, and the color should be this color. Alright, so now we have border radius, which is 4 pixel. Then we have box sizing, which is border box. Alright, so this is for the inputs. Okay, so I can save it and go to the program and run it again and see. Alright, so now after that have inputs here. Alright, so save it again. Have an error. Alright, so we have this. Now the next thing to do is we are still going to make some changes. Okay, so now the next thing is input type submit. Input type, which is equal to submit. Alright, so the width is going to be 100%. Then the background color is going to be this color, AF, then 50. Alright, so now color, that is the color of the text, which is going to be white. Then padding, which is 14 pixel and 20 pixel. Then margin, which is 8 pixel, then 0. Then border, which is none. Then border radius, which is 4 pixel, then the cursor, which is going to be pointer. Alright, so you can still save this again and refresh it. Yeah, this is affected. Alright, so we now go back to styling. Now the next thing to do is we are now going to this div we created. We are going to apply CSS to it also, therefore it will look fine. Alright, so the div border radius, which is can give it 5 pixel, then background color, which is going to be F2. Then we have padding, which is 20 pixel. Then the width of this div, we can give it something like 50%. That is 50% of the screen. Then the margin left should be auto. Also add the margin right, also auto, therefore it will be at the middle of the screen. Alright, so now let's go and refresh. Okay, so alright, so refresh it now. This is it. It's okay. Try our program and see how it works. You can put something like 3000, then we'll put something like 500. Alright, so now we calculate. Now we can see everything works perfect. Alright, so do not forget to subscribe to this channel, therefore you can follow us on the next project. Thank you very much.